Welcome to the Purity Pulse podcast, your go-to podcast for the natural health industry and everything Purity Life. I'm Erin Macklin.
And I'm Julie Drapeau.
Today we're going to go through our regular weekly check-ins. We're going to have an interview about TikTok trends with one of our regional sales managers from Purity Life.
Exciting.
And then we'll do our regular new to Purity Life section.
Absolutely.
So,
yes.
We're just coming out of the show. Breathing yet?
Yeah, still unbelievable. It was very different this year because of the timing in the week. We're used to have the show in the weekend.
Yeah, so we should clarify for our listeners. So the CHFA West, which was just last week. Yes. So Thursday, Friday versus Saturday, Sunday. How did that fit for you?
Great. I got back my weekend.
I know, right? I mean, from a purely selfish point of view.
Yes, but absolutely. What was different is, to be honest, when we're on the show floor, that is Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, or Sunday,
it
doesn't make a difference. We're so happy and excited to see retailers and our brands and people we work with. And it's always like Christmas time for us. We're so excited. But definitely.
And a reunion.
Yeah, a reunion. Exactly. But the fact that it was Thursday and Friday, most of us could extend our time being in Vancouver area and enjoy the weekend, because that's one thing that we experience often when the weather is very nice. You have lots of people walking the show on Saturday, but then on Sunday they were a little, going out and enjoying, the weather.
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah.
So I think that the benefit for that is Thursday, Friday, people are in, but then they could extend their time, and some of them did, which was nice.
Yeah, it's really interesting the different perspectives you get on the show should be in the week. Oh, the show should be on the weekend. And I think I know that the CHFA did a survey at one point, and I know that their intention is to keep it on the weekends. I think this is more of a availability issue. Yes. But I mean, you can argue it both ways. You've got retailers that have to be in their store on the weekdays, so they need it to be on the weekends.
Yes.
Conversely, you've got other retailers or key accounts that want to be doing this during business hours, not on the weekends. So I mean, there's certainly arguments for both.
We are adaptable, so
I think it's true, and it's what you said. Like for us, whether it's a Thursday or a Saturday, it's a show day. Like we're going to be bringing it no matter what day of the week it's on.
Full energy, excited as usual, and we had a great trends talk as well.
So fun always. I love when we have so many people that come out for the trends talk, and we get to share some of the stuff that we've kind of captured and learned.
Although we know that trends, and we'll talk about that in the interview, trends come and go very fast sometimes, but there's underlying trends that really, the overarching of everything that drives people. So anyway, we won't say too much. For those who attended the Trends Talk, you know what we're talking about. For those who didn't, then we'll have a link and be able to share with you. But so that was a great CHFA. Yeah. Definitely a great show.
And soon people will be able to hear our live podcast that we recorded at the show as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's get on to the episode with Cassandra Bois,
right?
Where we're going to hear about the trends and also comparable on what we have in the conventional side of things and natural. So let's do it.
Thanks so much, Cass, for joining us. We're so happy to have you back again.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. For our listeners, they can get to know a little bit more about you if they listen back to episode 11 in this season, because we really got to know you then. That was kind of our first fun experience with Cass.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Great. We wanted to bring you back because we know that you've got some expertise when it comes to things like TikTok trends. We're certainly hoping that you can kind of show us a little bit about, obviously, TikTok, really big. There's always trending items. They tend to be conventional, but we know that there's money on the table that we want to pick up.
100%.
And you've got some great experience with, okay, how are we going to pick up those dollars, and how are we going to capture those sales?
And it's absolutely, we're talking about big trends, but we've been, I would say, years and years at Purity, we've been beating the horn to try to tell retailers that there's a lot of money on the table because people are willing to spend. And we talked about Sephora, and that's really showing that people, go in Sephora, look at the baskets, because there's a lot of money there. People are willing, they're very influenced by We talk about TikTok. And today you're here to show us that there's natural option to all those trendy products that we see at Sephora. Right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you're totally right, Julie, about there's money on the table. Sephora is a $37 billion
$37 billion
company.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, not just in Canada, obviously, but there's so much potential. And we do hear sometimes from retailers or people saying, oh, I don't know if that's expensive. I'm not so sure that somebody would spend the money on that. But if you go in Sephora and pick up one item, you're looking at $50, $60.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily clean beauty either. So the money is on the table.
Yes.
We just have to present it in a way to the consumer to show them that there is an alternative. There is a sea of products and things get lost in that. So it's up to us, Purity Life, and our retailers to help showcase those natural items.
Yes.
So I'm here today to show those alternatives.
Yeah, make it
Amazing.
easy. And if you've shopped in Sephora, if you didn't, please go. Educate yourself. But every time you go there, you come in and it's right out the gate. So they would pick influencers. They take a lot of the Kardashian, like their pictures is right in the end cap. And then they will build, all the products, what's hot and what's not. And I'm always fascinated. I go there minimum once a month just to see and to realize what's trending. But who shops in there?
Yes.
That's a big thing right now. That's a big thing. I mean, Sephora is a big company for everybody, but there's like I don't know the right word to use it for. I was going to say like an epidemic of 10-year-old children shopping in Sephora and using products that are probably not a great fit for their skin.
For growing bodies.
And not knocking any of the products. There's a lot of phenomenal products out there. And there are clean beauty products at Sephora too.
Yeah.
But, a 10-year-old doesn't need retinol on their skin.
Right.
Or, a person like me in my age group is looking for something better for you. We hear that a lot in our industry. And that's something I'm also passionate about is not giving up the fun things that you're being influenced to buy on TikTok because we all know we get heavily influenced.
Yes.
But having a better for you option. There's nothing wrong with, if you have a wedding or a special occasion and there's a certain perfume that you want to put on to feel good that night, that's fine. But on daily use, there's not a safer option, but maybe a cleaner option.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
And it's not only with the younger generation. You look at, 40 plus, they sell to everybody.
Yeah. They target
everybody.
everybody.
And they really play with those sensitive chords that you want to look better or you want to look a certain way, which, it's Instagram, TikTok, and all of those influencers.
Yeah, we're being fed this image that we're all trying to kind of achieve, right?
Yeah.
And one
Absolutely.
thing that was really interesting that I've read about is this level of non-invasive surgery, but also all the products that give you the extra glow, we'll call it. It has increased since we are so much on Teams and Zoom.
100%.
Because you look at yourself constantly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, I have a wrinkle starting here. Or, oh, my lips are this way or this or that. And Sephora,
you might as well be looking at a mirror all day.
Well, that's it. And there's
the impact of that.
Yeah, there is studies that have just recently been shown that has increased significantly in the not natural beauty, but conventional, because people think that with natural, they won't get the same type of results.
Yes.
So it's definitely our time in our industry to educate people with, ideas. I think you have ideas from one of our key account, Amanda Santalucia.
Yeah,
I believe.
she actually came out with a great suggestion because Purity, we're category management experts.
Yeah.
So helping our retailers build end caps and merchandising on as seen on TikTok, but the natural version. Because your point to the old stigma of the natural beauty doesn't work as well, that's not the case anymore. We all know that. We have brands like Antipodes who have done tons of clinical research and have all those studies and stuff. It's not the case anymore.
Yeah. Hyaluronic acid.
Exactly.
All the active ingredients that help to plump your skin.
100%.
Like Botox, basically.
Yeah.
So there's definitely in every products and that we have here, we'll show you later. But that's an example
even
of
the
that.
fun packaging and the interesting colors and
That's just
like all of that.
Pacifica
that's available
owns
as well,
that, right?
Yeah.
They do phenomenal at making their packaging really shoppable and really fun and attractive to all different age groups.
You
too.
don't have to give up to go natural.
And to go back to that end cap That's, I know that you mentioned it very quickly, but it is capital. It is very important that we start doing that in our store and to say, yes, as seen on TikTok.
Yeah.
And have somebody in your store that is really a fan of TikTok. I'm sure every store has a person like that, that they really scroll through what are the trends and understand and go to Sephora, check what they're doing
they're
and what
merchandising,
product.
everything, right?
Yes.
There's so much opportunity on the table, so much opportunity.
And I think we need to draw that connection line for them, right? That's so you need to get the information, you need to have people that are passionate about it, and then you literally have to draw those lines for them, make those connections, and that's how you can kind of help them walk out with what they were looking for, but they didn't realize.
And the best part of all this is more now than ever, people are very aware of their health. They're very aware of the products, that they're so much more educated on ingredients and what ingredients we should be staying away from, the dirty dozen, like all those things. People are super in tune to that. So now more than ever, showing people these options, but also connecting it to things that they're seeing every day on social media.
Yes,
it's capitalize on that.
Yeah, it's absolutely no longer just limited to the food you eat, the product, the supplements that you take. It has been, coming and growing, but to be honest, like 10 years ago, I mean, a shampoo in natural was not that great. Yeah. We all washed our hair and that was like straws after. But we've come a long way.
Well,
So
why do you think there's so much clean beauty now in conventional stores, right? They see the potential and the opportunity and the demand.
Yes.
So definitely not the case.
Yeah, when I went to that conference in Las Vegas last year, actually, and it was all that conventional people sitting there, and they were really tapping and pushing brands to create natural, but even for them, their natural that they see is absolutely not
the same.
Oh God, yes, it's it was very far from what we would expect.
What do they call it? Greenwashing? I think that's the term that's used a lot. Yeah.
Yes. And definitely. And I think that there's also, we were talking earlier, like events, thinking about events to compete with what they are offering, like Sephora, and that are offering some birthday parties.
Exactly. That's a new one. I heard that just today, that they're starting to throw like kids' birthday party events in Sephora. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm going to look into that for sure.
Our producer actually said that about his daughter. So.
Yeah. So, we've done that in the past with Purity hosting beauty events. Yeah. Stores really need to engage in more of that to draw in that customer and educate them on these things.
And showcase themselves, establish themselves as the experts.
100%
of the beauty
absolutely
category.
Where often in stores that we experience, they're supplement specialists and they always shy away from that, but I said that a million times too. You need to embrace it fully, and then if you are fully engaged and do the right thing, then people will come.
If you build it, they will come.
Exactly. And an example of tying that together, there's a lot of people that are developing allergies nowadays. That's become a bigger and bigger issue. Yeah. So then they'll go into a health food store, somebody will sell them on products to help them with their allergies as far as supplements go, talk to them about food allergies, but not connect the dots with what are you using on your skin? What laundry soap are you using? There's so many.
How's your scalp? I used to say that a lot because everybody that comes with an allergy, usually they have itchy scalp because if they're using the shampoo 100%. That are too
and these are people that a lot of times don't even recognize that there are these comparable options that 100%. They could be using,
and they don't believe. And also, again, it's because at the origin when we started a natural product, we didn't have really good products. Like makeup was not so good, but it's another world now. I mean, we've come a long way with the options that we have. So yes.
Speaking of hair, I'm on my healthy hair girl journey this year. That's been a big thing for me, and TikTok has taught me everything.
Yes. Well, because you've gotten more curly too,
I'm embracing my natural curls, which I've never done before. So I'm still learning. But if I want to find a new product that I want to then look for natural, I'll search it on TikTok. If I want to get tips on how to make my curls less dry, you can find that on social media. So that's my journey.
Before we get into that, I know you're a very big user of TikTok, and we will have to do another episode thinking and talking about TikTok, how to get to that, but you're a heavy user of that. So for a store that wants to educate themselves on what are the trends, like what do you do?
Honestly, the best thing you could just do is throw yourself into it. Sign up, make yourself an account. When you start searching things on TikTok, that's what builds your algorithm. So you can, I'm sure most people are familiar with what a hashtag is, but you can hashtag, natural health, natural beauty, natural hair, health food, all those taglines, and that'll start building your algorithm. And that's what TikTok is. The more you give it, the more it feeds you back.
Right.
So if I can make a suggestion to retailers, it's just sign up, make an account, start searching for things that interest you, and that's how you'll stay on top of trends within our industry.
Yeah. And it's easy and it costs nothing. So
it costs nothing.
You don't even have to get out of your house. Like it's right there on your fingertips.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Okay.
But your customers are there. So you need
that's
to be
just
there.
it.
Yes.
100%. And the customers that you're wanting to attract into your store are also there.
Yeah.
There are some people that do it really well, like Dr. Squatch.
Yes,
They
they're
do
so
a phenomenal
fun.
job.
They're hilarious.
And then if you look at Instagram, we have a brand routine. They do phenomenal on Instagram.
Yeah.
So both of those platforms are really important.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about TikTok too is so many people think that it's only this younger generation.
Absolutely
But
not.
there's equal amounts of 30 to 39-year-olds, 40 to 49-year-olds.
All different age
There's
ranges.
a huge
50.
consumer base there.
50 years old.
Everybody's on there. And
A little bit less, but still also there.
yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
And there's like mom talk, there's horse talk,
Yes.
there's beauty talk,
Yeah.
there's every single genre you could think of on TikTok too. It's whatever interests you or whatever you want to be educated more in. I always jokingly say that I've learned more from TikTok than I have of anything else in my life.
Yes.
Like how to take care of my home, how to cook better, how to
Well,
preserve
it's
my
also
like everything.
I
easy
mean,
and
the wonder
fun.
of TikTok is it's feeding you what you're ready to kind of chow down on,
What
right?
you
Like
didn't even know you were ready to
Yeah.
look at, you know? So
Yes.
So I think that's the piece of it too. Is it's not blindly just randomly throwing stuff at you to see what sticks.
Yeah.
It knows what you're going to really get into and follow through with.
And I would say don't resist.
that's
Don't
just it.
resist because
Yeah.
Stop fighting it.
Yeah, stop
It's
fighting
so
it,
helpful.
people.
It's such a helpful tool.
Yeah.
I was in a health food store when I was out west. I'm trying to remember where I was, and they're like, "Yeah, all of a sudden we're selling like a ton of magnesium powder and cherry juice, black tart cherry
Yes.
juice." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Sleepy Girl cocktail," and they're
Yes.
like, "What?" You know. So because I stay on social media,
Yeah.
I'm constantly up on trends, and that's where retailers could really get an edge.
Yeah, when you see a spike of sales of something that
You
is
know
so
it's
random,
social media.
we all turn around and say TikTok. Let's go check on
Yeah.
TikTok what's
Yeah.
happening because
It's there.
It is there.
But it's also your warning, right? Like
Yeah.
that's your this is coming, this is coming. Then you start preparing for it. Like you can be
Yeah.
the one that has it stocked up.
Celtic sea salt, that was TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manuka honey, that was
Yeah.
a Kardashian. You know, like.
And you know one thing that I've seen like lately, it's a lot of dermatologists are jumping on
100%.
it too because they too realize, and it's not 12 years old that are looking at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's more and more of them, so everybody knows and are jumping on that bandwagon. And that's why I say don't resist.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's light, and it's easy to search.
100%.
So just start by having fun and
Yeah.
just trying to educate yourself.
Yeah.
That's basically it,
And
right?
if you really want to get adventurous, then you can start posting content, which is
Yes.
a whole other animal.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not a huge content poster, but stores can get involved that way too. It's free
Sure.
advertising, and you're attracting more than just your immediate demographic too, right? You're
Oh,
branching out
yes.
further. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially if you have
absolutely.
e-com, that's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost good to recognize one person in the store that is very passionate about it and can
Yes.
be your center of gathering the information and then sharing with others and do that type of posting and fun, content.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
exactly.
it is very different content too.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So
All
tell
right.
us some of the things that you've seen.
We'll help
excited.
you out. There's a lot on the table here for
Perfect.
those who are listening.
So we'll start with perfume because that's a huge category right now. So everybody's probably seen on their FYP the Sol de Janeiro perfume
what does FYP mean?
For You page.
Which
Yes.
is effectively kind of like your
Your
landing page on
curated-
TikTok where they're just going to give you all
Yep.
the things that they want to feed you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome.
The algorithm has chosen to feed this to you at this
Yeah.
point in time because
Okay.
of whatever you searched.
Okay.
So Sol de Janeiro is a big one. It smells like the tropics.
So this is in a small plastic bottle, big white lid.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
Yes. And they have
Like what
different
kind of range are we
fragrance.
talking?
Yeah.
Like 50 some odd dollars for, and it's
And it's
considered
not a big
body mist.
bottle.
It's not.
And it's not to be honest, it's not an overly fancy bottle.
No. It's pretty simple, but it does smell lovely.
Right.
So if
It's always
people
out of
are-
stock.
Always,
Yeah, it's crazy. I've seen that, and I
Say
bought
the
it
name again
myself
for
to
our
try
listeners.
it. Yeah.
Sol de Janeiro.
Sol de
Yeah, Sol
Janeiro.
de Janeiro.
Yeah, so they have a different lineup, but they're all pretty tropical smelling.
Yeah.
in some
yeah,
contents, or
salted
like-
caramel. They have different
Yeah.
kind of scent.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
So we have Pacifica, and they have a line of body mists, hair and body mists.
Yes.
And perfumes as well. And the packaging is gorgeous.
Yeah, and the perfumes, we have to pull it
Yeah,
out because
they're so
the
pretty.
box that it comes in is really attractive, but the actual glass bottle for the Pacifica perfume too is just so nice.
There you go. So it's a glass bottle, which is much more sustainable than the plastic. They have different scent ranges, which is nice. They have the tropical, they have the fruity,
Scent,
they have the warm, all that sort of stuff.
Sandalwood-ish kind of. And makes you travel.
And on a very exciting note, they're actually completely rebranding Pacifica. Yeah. They're rebranding all their perfumes, and we're going to have a whole new launch of them come late summer, early fall.
Late summer, yeah.
So watch out for that.
That is very exciting.
So yeah, they have the body mists, which are a little bit of a better price point, and then they have the perfumes as well.
Yeah, when you travel and you want to just perfume lightly your hair, you just come back from a workout, that's awesome.
Yeah. Or for me, coming back from the barn, if I need to freshen up a little bit, you can give yourself a spritz, and they smell really nice, and they last.
Yes.
So that was the issue in the past with
perfume.
Natural perfume is that they don't last as long. That's not the case anymore.
Or just essential oil that were really just the basic.
Lavender, jasmine, all those sort of things. So now they have really curated, really nice scent profiles.
And Pacifica is a great brand to put on TikTok because they're fun. There's so much fun things, and themselves, they do lots of content.
And they're pretty active on social media as well. So you can go check out their content. You can post it on your stories. You can repost their stuff because they are pretty active on social media as well.
Absolutely.
So that's in the perfume category.
Yes.
And then kind of tying into the Sol de Janeiro, there's a product called the Bum Bum Cream, which has been viral on TikTok for a long time.
Oh, it's the same. Okay. Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bum Bum Cream.
Exactly. Yes. So it's a cream that kind of smells really, really nice. It's a really deep moisturizer. So if you're looking for a better for you option, this product, this is one of the first products that I fell in love with.
This is an original.
It's an OG
Hawaiian body cream.
Yes. It smells very similar to this. It's a very tropical kind of smell. Very luxurious, a very thick, nice moisturizer. Really good value too. Like these are relatively inexpensive.
Yeah, good price point, and they really, the skin really absorb it really well.
Really,
it's
really
not
well.
Greasy. Nourishing but not greasy.
Yeah, and again, just a slightly better for you option with really clean ingredients.
That's a good dupe.
Personal favorite and one that I've been using, and everybody that knows me knows that I'm a huge Weleda Skin Food fan.
Yes.
This is a super luxurious moisturizer.
Yes.
They have a different lineup of different
the full collection.
Yeah, the full collection.
They have a whole
They have a light, they
now.
have a cream. This is their body butter. I like body butters. This smells more citrusy. It's not so much on like the tropical smelling.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to go for that scent profile, again, there's scent profiles to please everybody.
Yes.
But this is a personal favorite.
Yeah. And if you have crack eels, it's perfect.
Yep.
Fantastic. And actually, again, for people that have been on social media, you know that Hailey Bieber uses the original Skin Food on her face as a highlighter.
Right.
Because it makes your skin look really nice and glowy.
Yes.
So that was a big trending thing as well.
A lot of makeup artists use that as a base for models, and when they do magazines, shoot, because it nourishes the skin. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Or if you're going out for a night and you're wearing a skirt and you want your legs to look nice and like
moisturized
and dewy, that's a nice product for that too.
Yeah, absolutely. What's next?
So sunscreen is a huge topic of conversation.
Yeah,
we
very
should
popular.
all be wearing sunscreen all the time, even if
daily.
It's winter, if the sun is still there in some capacity. So a trending one was Supergoop. They had a really popular one.
Supergoop Glow Screen.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the name. Supergoop doesn't inspire me.
Doesn't inspire you? Well, it trended on TikTok.
Inspiring somebody.
They have a lineup of products that have done quite well.
Small.
Yeah, small and expensive again.
Yes.
It's tiny. If you think about that being sunscreen.
Yeah, for those who are listening, this is about a tube of 20 ml.
20 mils.
It's teeny tiny.
And it's not just for face. Usually when you have like just face sunscreen, it's smaller.
That's
so this is
small. So it's in a white and yellow box.
Oh,
and
that's
it's a
just
tube
face?
inside.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
sense.
It is meant for your face.
Yeah.
So we have tons of natural sunscreen options available at Purity, but one in particular, if you're looking for something with a tint or untinted, we have Andalou. So they have BB and CC creams with SPF 30, I believe, SPF 30. And a lot of other ingredients in here to also nourish the skin while having your sun protection, wears well under makeup. So that's a really comparable type product for...
Yeah, and Antibodies is going to launch one that will have, I would say, the latest in probably September. And the texture of it is amazing. Like it just gives you that silky finish. So
nice.
Stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, so that's another nice...
That's good. Yeah, it's good.
Now, anybody who is big on social media would have seen that Drake exploded the internet a few weeks back, where he was doing like his nighttime face care routine, and he sprayed the Caudalie face spray on himself.
Really?
And at that moment, it just absolutely exploded. That's this part of the little glass bottle right here.
Okay.
So that's the Caudalie spray. It's they call it a beauty elixir, but basically after you do your face wash, your toner, and your cream, you kind of spritz it on your face. It's supposed to smell like a spa. I feel like it's kind of a novelty thing. I don't know, but
what's the purpose? Like, what are we trying to achieve with it?
I think it just like helps lock in moisture.
Okay.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
It refreshes. You can use it as a skin refresher as well if you're traveling, things like that.
Yeah, the first ingredient is alcohol. So I can tell you as an esthetician, it is very drying.
Yeah.
But usually that type of product is meant to lock in and make sure that your moisturizer will penetrate a little bit deeper, so you will have that feeling of moisture longer, basically. But when there's alcohol, and that's the problem with toner, a lot of toner would have that.
Alcohol-based.
But people that have sensitive skin, like for you, that would be a disaster.
Exactly, for sure.
That would be
very
absolutely,
sensitive
you would
skin.
turn red.
Yeah.
Like really flushed red, and people use product like that and they develop eczema or skin issues and they don't know why.
Right.
Yeah.
The other issue with that too is for people who are scent sensitive. Apparently it smells quite strong.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the other nice thing about the products that we offer is there's a lot of fragrance-free or lightly fragranced non-perfume options available.
So what's our option for this?
I pulled just a couple. We have a huge plethora of them, but like Andalou makes a moisture boost mist with hyaluronic acid, which is a huge trending ingredient.
That's a
collagen.
beautiful.
Which is also a huge trending ingredient. So that's an option that people could use, and it's a lot more affordable. I think that little bottle of Caudalie is probably upwards of $50. So much more affordable for people as well, and
can buy
larger.
5 of those.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then we have Nature Mary,
Nature Mary.
which also
This is
has
a nice one too.
Yeah, so it's a smaller size. It has
Gonna
moisture
open that
boost.
one.
Give it a spritz. It's brand new. So
Hydrating facial mist.
there we go. There you go.
That's very nice.
I have that one
Yeah.
on my desk, actually.
You
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
So just a refresher, especially if you're traveling and your skin feels a little dehydrated. There's so many different options in the natural field
So
as
that's
well.
the Nature Mary Aloe and Citrus Vitamin C.
with
spray.
vitamin C.
Vitamin C is a huge trending ingredient too,
Yes.
right? So many people want that.
Antioxidant.
Exactly.
Yes, very
so that's
good.
on the face mist side.
Yes.
So me being on my hair health journey this year, I've done a lot of research and tried a lot of different products.
Yes.
So I'll kind of touch base. I didn't grab a Sephora comparable, but hair oil, rosemary hair oil has been trending huge.
Yeah.
People are understanding that if you want healthy hair, it starts with your scalp.
Yeah.
So
Growth,
there's a lot of
stimulating.
exactly,
Yeah.
stimulating, massaging your scalp.
Yeah.
But doing scalp scrubs is huge, which we
Yes.
have options for. And rosemary hair oil has just boomed.
Yeah.
So we have one of the most beautiful hair oils ever.
Oh,
It's by Weleda.
It's
Yes.
fantastic.
I have
I've
this
been
one in my
using
shower.
that.
I use it all the time. I love it. Like once a week, I
Yeah.
do a really good hair
Yeah.
treatment. I
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
my hair oil. I do a hair mask at the end. I'm really liking this one right now, the Giovanni.
Yeah, they've got a couple of new hair masks.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
It's key though to really have like a brush to scrub. You're not washing your floor.
a silicone. A silicone.
I was
yes.
going to say, I have one of those too with kind of like the pegs almost in them.
Yes, because that stimulate circulation.
yeah.
But also we use a lot of products like spray or anything like
Build
that,
up.
and it builds up.
Yeah.
And then it removes like the scalp doesn't breathe basically.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's very important that you do that, and then you use something like that. And the rosemary as a ingredient is very stimulating.
Exactly.
So it's very good
Yeah,
to do that.
I really think I've seen a big difference in my hair health since using that rosemary hair oil.
Agree.
I agree. You
100%.
can tell where it's stimulating hair growth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. So a big Sephora product is the K18. It's a
Yeah.
hair mask.
It's like quite recently, because even
Yeah.
my hairdresser, they have that everywhere. Like it's huge.
Yeah.
Talk to us
And
about
again, like quite pricey.
Yeah.
Very
So if
pricey,
people
yeah.
are looking
Also quite
for quite small, and this
There's
is
a
their
treatment,
this is
right?
their larger size.
It is, eh?
Yeah,
And
that's a mask.
I want to say this retails for close to $100.
Yeah.
Like it's no joke. Yeah,
Oh,
it's very
the shampoo
expensive.
conditioner is about like $50, $70, and its bottles quite the same size. Like
Yeah.
Is the K like keratin?
You know what? To be honest with you,
No.
I'm not
No?
too
No.
sure. I would
no,
have to-
they claim to help with balanced pH.
Oh,
and hair growth.
Yeah, and hair growth. But
Yeah.
when you look at the active ingredients, it's not worth the pricing.
bucks,
there.
yeah.
Exactly, because we have similar and very natural, right?
Yeah. And this is a leave-in, but they also make a lineup of like hair mask treatments. There's another big brand called Amica that do like hair mask treatments.
Yeah.
So again, we have so many options for better for you or more price conscious or like not as scented.
Yeah.
So just a couple as an example, like Pacifica makes a really nice lineup. They have a couple hair SKUs in Canada.
Leave-in, yes.
This is a leave-in, and it's got coconut and all sorts of stuff. It's very luxurious. So for dry ends and things like that.
You see that one?
Pacifica one. And the packaging again is gorgeous.
Damage care, leave-in mask.
Those are
it even
different,
says, biomimetic, is that what that says? Because that's what this one says too. The K18 says biomimetic, and so does the Pacifica
Interesting.
one.
I didn't even catch that. So there you go, another direct tie, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. People recognize like the terminology and they say, hey, this is the same. This is what I need to use.
Yeah.
But if you look at the rest of the deck of ingredients, very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah.
And then there's also like more price conscious ones. This is, I never say this brand, Inecto.
Yep.
Inecto,
They have a hair mask as well, and it's a really, really great retail price point and quite a large size too.
And a lot of people use sauna these days, like a big trend. Put it on and get in
go
your
sit in your sauna.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. Actually, I just saw a new thing popping up a lot on my page where people are doing their scalp oil, they're doing their hair mask, they're wrapping their hair in saran, which I don't know how I feel about that, putting a towel in the dryer and then wrapping the warm towel around your hair and letting it sit for an hour.
Just go in your sauna or even in your shower, honestly.
While
if
you're
have
doing
the
your
steam,
shaving and all the other things.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the best way because it really opens up the hair
pores.
follicle and then it just gets in.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is one I've been using recently because I'm like on a collagen everything kick. So I got sucked into the claim on the collagen on that one. Next will be this though because it's for curly hair. So I'm interested to try the Derma E one.
Yes.
They have that Derma E. I remember when this came out. I think we actually talked about it on the podcast.
Yes.
Or maybe it was a trend talk. But their curly stuff really goes along with the curly girl method.
Yeah.
They've got really
they
neat
have curl
products.
cream.
Trend stock, yes.
Yeah. This one exactly.
Silicone free, the whole deal.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's some hair products if people are looking for different options.
Pass it on.
Perfect.
Excellent.
And then lips. Lips has been a huge thing, and there's been a lot of really high trending lip products. So the two that have kind of lasted the longest have been the Laneige sleeping mask and Summer Fridays. Summer Fridays is everywhere right now. And
what is that?
It's literally just a glossy lip balm.
Oh, yeah?
But it's all the influencers are talking about it, so there's a lot of traction around that.
Summer Fridays.
What
well
it does,
named.
yeah, exactly. They're really kitschy for that sort of stuff too. So if people are looking for that really nice glossy look, we have things like the Pacifica Glow Stick, which give you that really high gloss finish on your lips.
Yeah, great option.
Again, they have a completely unflavored option for people who are scent sensitive and don't want
or
that.
for kids even.
Exactly.
Right?
Or just want a gloss and no
TikTok
color. And again, much more affordable. Summer Fridays runs you around $35 for a lip balm.
Right.
A lip gloss, I should say.
Yeah.
And another big trend is lip scrubs.
Right.
So, and one that we have is Andalou. They have a sugar lip scrub. So for people like yourself that like to wear lipstick and things like that, and at the end of the day, you want to get everything off your face.
Yeah.
You want to get all the lip balm buildup off your lips. You do a nice
or
lip
just
scrub.
to remove like dead
Dead
skin.
skin.
cell. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And it feels really nice too. So on the lip front, we have so many options for glosses.
Fantastic.
Another big trend is multi-sticks.
Yes.
So you can use it on your cheeks, on your lips, on your eyes, as a blush, all that sort of thing. So Ilia is a big brand for that. And again, very pricey. So better for you option would be the Pacifica Fluffy Blushy, I think it's called.
Yes. It's beautiful and it's easy to use.
Exactly.
Yeah, it spreads
and
like
very buildable.
Yes.
So you can get a really natural look. You can build it up to be more of like a night out kind of
night out,
makeup.
yes.
Exactly. So it can be used on lips, cheeks, eyes,
Yeah.
whatever
Eyes.
you want. Yeah.
I think Mineral Fusion has one kind of that size as well.
They
and It's
do.
one of those try-use.
Yeah, multi-use kind of sticks.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's another big trend that people are liking. And face sheet masks are huge, like the under eye, the
under
smile
eye.
eye lines.
Yeah, even when you travel on the plane, you see people wearing them now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%. I've been seeing that on some of my favorite influencers. Avery Woods is one of them, and she always flies with under eye patches. It's hilarious.
And it's reusable too.
Yeah, we have some that are reusable.
Yes, which is very cool.
So a big issue with sheet masks, a lot of them contain a ton of microplastics.
Yes.
They do have quite an environmental impact. So Pacifica has done their best to kind of negate as much of that as possible. And they have super super trendy ingredients as well. So they have some with like the hyaluronic acid. These are like the vegan ceramide. You can use these again under eye or on the smile lines. They even created a product that was such a throwback for me. Do you remember the Biore pore strips?
Oh God, yes.
So now they made like a natural version of that, a natural strip, which I love. So they have really done a good play on making a conventional product that's super popular into something natural.
Do they use more of a like almost paper base then for some of these versus the microplastics?
That's actually a really good question. I'd have to like dig into that a little bit more to see exactly what they're using for that, but they are definitely much more sustainable for sure.
And again, for people who are listening, the mask are peggable too, so you can put it in multiple places in your store, your different categories.
Yeah, what I like about this one and why I pulled this one in particular is, again, people are really sensitive, especially on their face. Yeah. And I have not yet been able to find a sheet mask or any sort of mask that's fragrance free, and this one is.
Jelly patches.
That's a really nice added value to that too.
Very refreshing.
Put those in the fridge and then put them on. It feels amazing, especially if you're puffy or had too much salt the night before. I don't know. But
you had a couple of CHFA back to back or shows. That's good.
Yeah,
exactly.
We'll all walk on the show floor with this.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And kind of leading in the same thing is face pads.
Right.
So again, the thing that concerns me a little bit is people like me with super sensitive skin or kids who are younger using hyperactive ingredients.
Well, because a lot of those have like hydroxy acid and
like high salicylic acid, alcohol, things like that.
Too.
So this is a really popular one. It's a facial cleansing with lactic acid and glycolic acid, so it's super active. So a natural option, again, getting away too from the microplastics in the cotton pad itself, is Pacifica. They have a brightening peel pad. So with vitamin C and all those nice active ingredients, but not to the point where it would be like irritating or harsh to the skin.
And again, for that glow, right? Still
exactly.
We've got everybody talking about the glow.
Yeah, and just as a reminder for everybody, a wipe is not something that you wash yourself with it constantly. This is just a quick.
It's a treatment.
This is
a treatment.
And it's quick. I mean, those don't really go deep, right? So you need to still use a cleanser. So you know, if you go to the gym and you're stuck, you're on the plane. I love that for on the plane. Yeah. Because you want to refresh yourself, so you can wipe and have that. But a lot of the wipes that are in the conventional side of things, they definitely are filled of alcohol or very strong and lots of perfume. So people who have sensitive skin thinking that, I'm not going to be too harsh on my skin using that, it's really bad. It creates a lot of long-term issues.
I find they tend to leave like residue too, right? Like they're not really cleaning off.
No, absolutely. It doesn't clean. It's like if you look at your floor, you would just like wipe it, but you don't scrub it, right? So you just remove really the dust on your face. So that's the same. So it's just like a temporary usage. But definitely the conventional is a bit harsher, I would say.
For sure. And like these are a little different than your typical face wipe. They are like a treatment pad. But BHA and AHA are two really big trending ingredients. So Pacifica does have that in there, but with the cleaner kind of background to the product. So it's not as harsh, and the percentage of it is not as active as well.
Yes.
So it's more easy on the skin.
Nice.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll kind of touch base on maybe two other quick products, and then we'll call it there. But another big one is concealer. Yeah. People are going for more minimalistic makeup, but they still want their concealer for their under eyes or for dark spots, or if you get a little blemish, things like that. Yeah. There's a couple conventional brands that are quite popular right now, and Pacifica has beautiful concealers. I love those. They have like the doe foot applicator, which everybody's looking for. They have a pretty fair color range.
The Dreamlit Glow.
Exactly. They give you that nice dewy finish. They are buildable, so they're not heavy, they're not cakey. Like from,
don't create more lines.
That's what I was going to say. Fine lines under the wrinkles, things like that. They help brighten and kind of give that lifting effect. So Pacifica has beautiful concealers. So we have tons of other companies that do in the natural as well for concealers. And another big trend is eyebrow mascara. Yeah. So people are big on their brows. That's been a journey of mine for the last little while too. Being so fair skinned, I have blonde eyebrows. So learning how to manage that.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. So this is another really cool product that you can build up with your eyebrows. It's like a mascara, so it's quick. There's different colors available.
This one's bushy, brushed up brow.
They're called Dream Big Brushed Up Brows. So they give you the feather brow, and that was a huge trend, is the feathery brow. People now, I remember when I was in high school, like the thinner the eyebrow, the better.
Yeah.
Well, they were plucking.
They were overplucking. We totally did. So now big, feathery, powerful brows are in. So this can help you with that as well. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's been so great, Cass. What a good comparison and such a great kind of information drop so that, you know, we and the retailers can really pick up on that and have some fantastic dupes and alternatives that they can put right on their shelves. And I think that information is just so valuable. You've just done such a great job of kind of offering all of that up. Thank you so much.
And that's the tip of the iceberg.
I
There's
bet.
so much more.
Yeah.
But these are like the top trending products.
Yeah, and trends and key takeaway. Go shop at Sephora. Look what's happening and create in your store that as
Go
seen
look
on
around.
TikTok. Absolutely.
100%. And the thing about trends is they change really quickly.
Very.
So we have to make sure that we're constantly staying on top of things because things they live and they die very quickly.
Yes.
But there are some products that will stay forever, like fragrance. Fragrance is going to be a thing for a very long time. So staying on top of what is trendy in fragrance is really important.
Yes.
Well, and I think what's important too is establishing yourself as the go-to. Just showing
100%.
we're there, we know.
Yes.
You
We
need to
have
come
these
here.
available.
We are the experts.
So jump in with your 2 feet and just decide that it is a category for you in your store and make it happen. And Purity is always happy to help you, being a category captain in that and having all the products and information and helping you to build that category. So
Retailers definitely need to be much more active. There's some that do it phenomenally, but being more active on social media, that's really going to give you that edge. And that's where a lot of marketing and a lot of, drive to purchase is happening is from social media.
Yes.
I can't tell you the amount of things I've been influenced to buy on TikTok or Instagram. It happens every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we really need to be active on those fronts.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. And that was very educative.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
hopefully it helps all our retailer and listeners.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cass.
So now, Erin, we are at the New to Purity Life, and we're super excited to announce or to share with everybody that we have now the tea, stash tea with us.
Yes.
Newly with Indigo purchase. So we got access to the distribution.
Yeah.
Great category, teas, right?
Teas. I mean, this stash came out of my cupboard. Something I was already all of this actually I think came out of our cupboard, so you can see we've got a bunch
For
of tea
those
in
who
here
are
that's
watching,
well used. The boxes are all kind of falling apart, but no, I love the stash. They've got such great selection. This is my Earl Grey decaf, so that way I can get my Earl Grey fix, but I can get it after 6 p.m. and not feel like I'm going to be half
wired.
Well, yeah, I guess awake throughout the night.
Yes. And tea is still a very big category. I mean, we talk about coffee. It's becoming like a ritual that people enjoy. So it's important in store to have many options.
Yes.
Different type of boxes. Some are loose teas. Some are in little sachet, just like Stash. And we do have a bunch of brands at Purity. So you can definitely get an assortment to build a full planogram very easily. Again, for all tastes and different styles.
Yeah.
So we have Yogi.
Yeah, we've got main ones.
Uncle
Yogi,
Lee.
Uncle Lee's is a great one. And Uncle Lee's actually, I mean, that's another tried and true, but they have some really basic teas and then they have some whole leaf teas, organic teas. Yeah, like there's a whole spectrum of them, right?
Yes.
4 o'clock is another great one. They've got a lot of selection, good quality tea as well.
Sachets as well. And then we have Bloom, of course, that have their bags, which are like loose powder that you can, mix, make your, this one is the reishi hot cacao. And then you also have the chili turmeric. So it's kind of cool because there's a big trend on spices.
Yes.
So that's really very good one to hit. Very creamy. So those are very good options.
Yeah.
We have a bag. That's my coffee bag. You can see for those who are
Julie
watching.
can't do the tea segment if we can't at least talk a little bit about coffee option.
Exactly.
So we're going to give her space to do that.
Yes, exactly. So the Focus Fuel coffee is amazing. You really feel the impact,
the focus,
absolutely, when you use them. So Organic Tradition, Natural Tradition, they also have their tea, as we know.
Yes.
Very popular, that people like. They mix well, but I really like from them the active ingredients are really at a good amount, so you get that benefit as well. So lots of options for all of you in the tea category, and don't forget that Purity is now distributing Stash Tea. Thank you for listening to this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and send us your feedback at marketing@puritylife.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at PurityLifeOutProductLP and myself at JD_girlpower.
And I'm at Erin G. Macklin.
And join us next week because it's going to be our CHFA West
Yes,
show
the podcast
live.
we recorded live on the show floor. It's coming out. Don't miss it.